Let's rock and roll. Welcome back to the PT Graduate Podcast. I am glad to be back, and I'm pleased to introduce my guest today, Candi Soo from Candi Soo Fitness. Hi, Candi. How are you?
Hi, Richard. How are you? I'm good, thank you. But thank you for inviting me to your podcast. It's my first time, so make it very real.
That's perfect. I'm sure there's other people that have had their first times on here as well, which is all good. You know, it's like, you know, it's very real. It's just two people talking and maybe some people listening. So yeah, no, it's good to have you on today. So a little bit of introduction, because you've been doing this for a number of years. I'm sure you've got more wisdom than a lot of people put together. So you've been in the industry over 35 years. It's probably, I don't know whether that's the right number, but at least 35. You got into it as a dancer, as a youngster. Is that right?
Actually, to be honest, true, I grew up in a little country town. There's no dance school. So I know that I born to dance. That's the God gift to me.
Yeah.
I know that when I was 6, when my mom turned on a music radio, I just know how to move. So from there, I was like amazing. When I move, I just get my people surrounding me, the kids next to me, say, come and join me.
Yeah.
So that was 6 years old, but that's I am now. It's just how amazing when you listen to your heart and know who you are. When you're young, there's no corrupted. So that's where I picked up music. But what happened was my mom didn't recognize I got that talent. And because they don't have any dance school, so I didn't go to dance classes when I was young. So I started up when I was 21, so it was too late. So I find that aerobics with music has worked perfect for me. So I found my calling.
Yeah, fantastic. We'll go into that in a little bit of detail, because you didn't just do aerobics. You won a few competitions. You were an ambassador, all sorts of stuff. So you have a business in 2 locations. So you're based in Albany on the North Shore. You're also based in Warkworth. You have a facility up there in the countryside. But it's all started for you in Kuala Lumpur. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will let you know how I start and what I do. Okay. So lots of information right here. So I am a personal trainer and a transformation coach. And I'm an owner and creator of my own brand called Candi Soo Fitness. I used to run 6 personal fitness franchise overseas in Malaysia for 12 years. All right. Besides being a personal trainer, I also taught different style of classes like body pump, HIIT, Pilates, dance fitness like Zumba, and I created the masala, like a masala Bollywood dance. Right. I also train senior over 70 to 80.
Wow.
Currently, I am working on helping my clients to transform themselves to better health and well-being.
Yeah.
So I have been in the fitness industry for more than 35 years. That's a long time. I think it's more than that. All right.
Okay.
Personal trainer, on that time, personal trainers did not exist when I started my career in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So when I was 21, I was working as a floor aerobics instructor, for Australian company called Aaaand. So it's Joanne and Andrew combined together.
Right.
They call themselves Andrew Figure Salon in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So it was 1980.
Yeah.
I was doing a Jane Fonda kind of workout, wearing a skimpy aerobic outfit with headband and leg warmers.
Yeah.
And my job was to teach aerobic classes with music.
Brilliant.
All right. I used to teach 30 classes per day.
Wow. A day?
Yes. Jeez. And what? Sorry, 30 classes per week. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Per week, yeah.
Okay.
Per week. And then it was I was also the part of aerobics performance team, which perform at every corporate fitness in the hotel.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was my dream job. I was up on the stage like a rock star. I was like a rock star. That's why I don't have kids right now, because I was jumping around. I don't need a kids on that time. You know, it was not a good job. So I was with the company for 6 years in Malaysia. Then I migrated to Perth. All right. So in Perth, I was 27 years old. I migrated to Perth, Australia, and started to teach aerobics. They call group classes now, not aerobics. Yeah. So moving to a different country, it challenged me to upgrade my career skills. So I took on fitness instructor's course. And then I became a full-time salaries instructors. So on that time, you treat very well as instructors. They pay you full-time salaries, you know. Now it's quite different kind of scale. So you have to pay the gym to be a personal trainer. I was in Perth for 10 years. And besides working full-time, I also competed in aerobics competitions in Perth. On that time, I don't have anyone to coach me. I was motivated enough to self-train and experience how what required for the competition. So I didn't win any title, but it was my experience for 3 years. Finally, I went to my homeland, Malaysia, for holiday. And I saw a Rebook organize an aerobic. I got all my routine all with me, ready to go, you know. So I signed on, and then I won 1993 aerobics solo champion. I was in Perth for 10 years. Then I moved to Melbourne. You want to know about my Melbourne?
So that was 93. You won the Reebok champ.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So there is aerobics individual. They used to have team, but individual. Okay. Then I moved to Melbourne. When I moved to Melbourne, I was about 30-something years old. I worked in few gyms as a gym and aerobics instructors and took on a personal training course. Okay. So on that time, personal training course is not very easy to get into. On that time. It was very hard to get into in a course because when I registered myself, the organizer want to know whether I have worked in the fitness industry for more than 2 years. And besides that, I need to be proof from my manager's letter to prove that I worked there. All right. So it's kind of, it's good because it made me a bit more of quality instructors because it's hard way to get in, you know, you can't like do a lot, you have a lot more experience before you jump in to take on people's transformation life or whatever it is. Okay, then the same year, I also trained as a last meal body pump and body step instructors. So teaching body pump and body step back to back. On that time, you're 35. My body was incredible, fit and healthy, but I was like really hardcore. So when I was in Melbourne, I was there for 5 years, and then I decided to move to Melbourne, and then I start my own personal training franchise overseas together with my business partner.
Okay.
So that's Malaysia.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to hear about Malaysia story?
Yeah. So the franchise began. Okay.
So the franchise began. So what happened was, personal franchise business was very new 20 years ago. I was working on the business, but not in the business by creating personal training modules. Also group fitness modules. From there, because I get to train my in-house instructor and then launching new programs and then selling personal training membership for my franchisees. So I need to fit them with all the program. That's why Candi Soo Fitness franchise is different because it's all created with my own style of aerobics. So my fitness is all about fun at that time. My main is personal and fun because I believe fun is the key to get people to exercise. But nowadays, people mindset change a lot. So it all depends on how the fitness industry got about now. So when I was working on that time, I worked so hard and I don't have a personal life time at all, you know, but because I love what I'm doing, I keep going. I don't even feel I'm tired. And then because of you got the energy and it's keep moving this way, I sustained my fitness for so long because I just love what I'm doing. It was my dream job. I never can ask better who will pay me to dance and perform and helping people and then exercise myself and teaching people get paid for it. But nowadays, the personal training industry is so different. So now those personal trainers who qualify, they will go to gym, they'll pay the rent. And then, but on that time of personal training, I was hiring full-time staff, and I give them my syllabus. So they have to follow exactly what I give it to them. That's why you can control, you can managing the whole system, that all your instructors are the same level.
Yeah.
You know, just like when you go to hairdressers, some hairdressers will have very good, some people aren't good. You know, those franchise, they're very equal. That's how I make it. Just like McDonald's, when they make a burger, you don't need a chef to be in there to make a burger.
No, you just follow the instructions.
Exactly. So that's what happened when I own 6 franchise, because I've been invited to be on TV shows and on the stage and newspaper. I was everywhere in overseas. 12 years. I was the top trainer on that time. That's why Reebok and Adidas noticed me in the paper and TV, and plus on the stage when I'm performing. And I become the ambassador. Imagine at the time, you know, we don't have any social media to connect with people.
No, not then. No.
It was so real, isn't it? What you see is what you get. It's just not like you.
It'd be posters on bus stops, that sort of thing.
You don't filter yourself and call your model. But you are real. You just see your action. And then the reason why they want me to be the ambassador, because I got 6 franchise. So that's why they look at me like, yeah, she is. I'm not superstar, but you know, achieve a lot of things. They look at your quality and plus your energy and plus how popular you are in the fitness industry. So that's where I was in the Rebook ambassador.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So so how long were the franchises running for before you moved to New Zealand?
Okay, I was running the franchise for 12 years. The reason why I sold all my franchise, it was economic crisis in America. On that time was very bad, because most of my clients are from overseas in Malaysia, because they love my program, because my program is all from Australia, so it's very high. So all the housewives have to pack the bag and go back with the husband. They lost the job. So then I have to deal with local. And then, you know, local, they love what they see, but they don't have much money to buy on. So, and then on that time, Malaysia was changing the politics. It was very corrupted. So when I look at the whole thing, and if I don't move now and sell it, I will bankrupt. Where, because I need to fit 20 staff, 20 sales staff, and also 6 franchisees. It's a lot of money I need to put it. Imagine I am now in COVID, I'll be dead. So it's pretty amazing. So when I run a sales team, because I really need them to sell, and also I need to train my instructors. I have to supply instructors to all my franchisees and do all my Candi Soo's program. So that's what I am busy. But it was good way, because I feel like I'm living in my life. I use my creative mind, and because if you're a creative person, if you don't use a creative mind and you don't use it, you feel like you're dying inside. You know, you really need to use it, because it's who you are. So I get to use it and sit down creating program. That was my best task. You know, imagine in my kitchen room, I'm going to do this.
Right.
That's what happened.
Putting things together.
So then I moved to then we sold everything to Result, and then we started a new outlet in New Zealand in the city. So we started one outlet. And now we have 2, because I'm getting older, and because of those COVID hit and everything, it's really challenging me to downsize a lot. I have to let go few staff. So I took on all by myself right now, just to downsize until these classes go away. Then I have to rebuild. But do I want to rebuild?
You can choose, I guess.
I can choose, because I'm getting older. I'm choosing more on. I'm kind of like a retired personal trainer. And also I wanted to work part-time to keep my brain active. I don't think I can stop. I don't think I
No, it sounds like because it's your thing, you know, you'll always want to do something, whether it's big or small, but keep your hand in.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you've got Warkworth and Albany now. So do you do different things in Warkworth as opposed to Albany?
And yes, in Warkworth, because it's in the countryside, so it challenged me to do a lot more events like wealth and health wellness event. So I have a place with 6 acres land and hall. I can handle about 100 people.
All
so
right.
a lot of events for corporate, and also I personally like to organize event. I'm very good at event. I run. So I support local community for the health wellness products. So I do kind of mini expo, invite them in and put a projector on so they can set the program at the same times and teaching people how to be healthy, how to look after themselves. It's just not one product, anything from clean eating and to detox, anything with fitness and exercise. We do lots of yoga, we do palm classes. We also take people for a walk in the countryside and seeing the animals.
Nice.
That's what we do in Warkworth. And Albany, because it's smaller, I in touch with different people, people into fast pace of work.
Yeah.
Come and go. But where else in Warkworth, my clients are very loyal. They stay with me almost 5 years. So in Albany, we do group fitness classes and we also teach personal training in the private room. So with Candi Soo Fitness, it's very important for me to create Candi Soo Fitness mission is to create a place where people come in and have fun and friendly environment, and personal, and plus a very safe place to be. Because it's more, you need to really get them feel like they belong to this club. And then when they belong to this club, and when I have lots of people who are coming in different personality, they do have like low self-esteem, they don't want to go to big gyms. So when they come in, we don't judge them, we let them be and make them feel comfortable. So when they become who they are, they really want to be there. And they stay there with you once they got that break.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So
that's very good. So what other things have I got on this list? Because we're not there yet. So we've got, you mentioned the transformation coach, 28 days. You could probably talk a little bit more about how those programs go. And the other thing is Zumba. So, I mean, you talked about dance, but I see, so Zumba is a big thing for you, and you're a Zin member. I didn't even know what that meant. Is that sort of like a registered Zumba trainer, coach?
It's a registered licensed instructor. So if you choose to want to be a Zumba instructor, you went and did a course for about 2 days course, and then you pay the course, and then at the same time you pay the license every month. So they will give you music and all the choreography. So you will follow the choreography. So for me, it's like a brain dead job for me. I don't use my creativity, but I quite like it because
you can do both.
How I get into Zumba, there was another amazing story.
Go for it.
When I opened a gym in the city in New Zealand, so I wasn't a Zumba instructor. I'm the owner of that gym. So I do have a lot of staff working for me. I don't teach at all. So on that time, Zumba instructors is everywhere. I just find that it's very politics in Zumba community. And because I love what they're doing, so they kind of like protect their own environment. I mean, I understand that, So I invited a Zumba instructor to work for me, and then she said that's a charity that we're going to do for Christchurch, saving Christchurch. So I said, okay, great, because she's instructor, I haven't got license, so she will do the event for me. And then 2 weeks later, and she came to me, I can't teach for you. I said, why? Because the gym because you were teaching there, not allowed me to do that for you. I said, but you're freelance instructors, they got no right to control you. You can teach anywhere. But because she was so new, I'm talking about, she was so new, and but she doesn't know the experience of that. And then she was scared. So I said, okay, now my art. Then I went and signed up the Zumba course. So I did it myself.
Okay. Okay, brilliant.
I'm gonna love it too, because I need to know everything, because as an owner, a gym owner, you really need to, you're like a superhero. Anything that is not happening, your staff gets sick or you're running out of stuff, you have to jump in, but you have to know your stuff.
Yeah. It's not just about running it, it's about actually managing. Well, it's not just about managing those who do it, it's being able to do the work yourself as well. Yeah.
But right now Zumba is very popular, and then because of COVID, so I put Zumba into Zoom right now. It's amazing when you're not connecting with people, you look at the camera, just see yourself dancing. It's just very hard to start with.
Yeah.
You can't have eye contact with them.
No, it's not the same, is it?
Yeah, but you just can't get used to it. You just can't around, and so they follow you. And if they know what to do, it's easy. If they don't know what they do, it's hard. Because of technique and everything, you can't really supervise them too much.
Not in the same way. No.
In the groups, I've got about 10 to 15, 20 people in Zumba right now. So amazing. It's been very popular. When this lockdown came, it was everyone just to do Zumba, because they want to feel, they want to smile, they want to pray. Because the lockdown, it gets so boring, with the music, you make them smile. There's a whole thing.
Yeah. So you've done quite a bit. I mean, you were already doing the online stuff anyway, weren't you? You had that down. I think I remember seeing your studio. You've got your green wall, and you've got this massive amount of space, and you've got the lighting going on. It's like it's almost like a film set turning up to your Zoom space.
Well, when I see last meal with the TV on demand, that was pretty professional.
Yeah.
And plus Zumba, so it does challenge me. So I have to make my one even better, because I really have to go to and ask my clients feedback, because when the first time you use Zoom, is my music too loud, or so you have to figure out and trying to have few more trial before the whole Zoom get perfect. But my one is not 100% perfect yet.
Okay.
I think 80%.
It looks pretty good from what I can remember. It was a while ago, but it looked pretty slick. Yeah. So I think that's probably the is there anything that I've missed off that sort of that career path that I haven't asked you about? Because I think I've asked all the bits off there.
I think most of it, most of it I've been said all. So that's what I'm doing now in New Zealand. I love New Zealand, and really good. People are a lot more friendly, and once they know you, they trust you, they stay really loyal. Because in different country you work, different country people are different, right? It's just quite different.
Yep. Definitely.
Who you're dealing with, but everyone's different in a good way.
Yeah, that's right. It's just, I guess, adapting to the culture that you're in, isn't it?
Yeah. But the only things that I couldn't put my mindset into when I looking for a job, like for example, I'm go out and look for a job and become a personal trainer. I couldn't get my mindset and say, I have to pay you rent.
So it's interesting, isn't it? So that model completely changed from when it started. Also, when the concept of having personal trainers around to now is flipped itself upside down. So they were being paid a salary, and now they pay to be there.
They have to be there and get their own customer. It's a lot more challenging as a personal trainer. Before then, you become a full-time instructor. Next, you're just a personal trainer. You get commission a little bit more here and there. When you teach group fitness classes, because group fitness classes, when you teach, they pay you about $50 to $60 per class. But now, if you become a personal trainer, if you've got the qualification of group fitness classes, you have to teach free classes. There's something I can't get my mind to turn around, but it's just the way it is now. So we used to spoil with so many good things.
Yeah.
And I find that in 1980 and 1990, I find that people are a lot more happier, and energy is there, and people are not looking into, oh, you're wearing skimpy outfit, it's more relaxed. I don't know what happened, but the world have changed. But
I was going to say that was my next obvious question. What do you think? What's shifted? What's changed? Why are we different?
I have no idea, seriously. But do you? What about?
No, I'm keen to explore that, because you know, it's obviously something you've observed and you've seen that shift, you know, across time. I mean, I wasn't in this industry back in the 80s and the 90s, so you know, I haven't got that to compare against compared to you.
I think because life is a lot more challenging with the social medias, and also life has gone a little bit more faster, or more demanding on human being, and things change, like you have to work even harder to make money. Before then, life's a lot more simple and easy. People got a little bit more, not that complicated with all those social media. I don't know. They create the kind of intensity there. Maybe.
Yeah, I think technology certainly plays a part, and then I think you layer on the social media.
And then also they're promoting about human rights and family rights, and you know, sexual harassment. You know, when you wear skimpy outfit, we have no complaint about that. You know, people walk so freely. But now, if I wear a bikini, wanted to do a bodybuilding competition and practice in the gym, people would just ban me.
It's things have certainly shifted in certain areas, haven't they, compared to you know, where they were.
Well, I mean, it's the way how lives go, so we just need to go with it and not complain about it, and just work towards it, around it. But when you, as I said, when you've been there before for 35, see the whole thing change. Sometimes the exercise like a recycle. Like for example, when I was 1980, we were doing aerobics for 6 years. People were jumping like crazy, and then people started to have lots of injuries, right? And then we got these doctors come from Australia and say, look, because there's so many injuries, we have to nail it down. We call that primary dangerous exercise. Did you hear that?
No.
They put the term called primary dangerous exercise. So we can't even do sit-up. We cannot do sit-up at all because it's a dangerous exercise. That was 1980.
Wow.
They banned. Even though you do the lat pull down, right? You can't put it front. You can't put it in the back. You only can
front
put it
only. So
flexibility and mobility. So they kind of like for all people, you know, you can't do it. So then there was in 1980, so we thought not to do dangerous exercise. And then what happened was when I was I think 10 years ago, I went to Fitness Expo, and that CrossFit just came out.
Yes, and it's all big.
Okay, so that is like a more mentally challenged. Because I asked myself, if you are working in the fitness industry, generally people just want to be fit and lose a bit of weight and have a bit of life. But now people are challenging on the mindset, you know, is to become an athlete training instead of like normal training. So that's something they'll look at. It is like, wow, there was like long time ago it's been banned to do all this thing, but now it's back. It's just like a recycle.
Yes, it's kind of gone full circle. It's different, but it's basically the same. You say you've got that group exercise, but it's more tribal now, isn't it? So it's all about the competition between members and keeping them engaged that way.
So you can see lots of injuries around physiotherapy doing a good job. They have more clients and stuff like that is going into the same cycle. And one day one person will come in, bang, you can't do this.
So
when's going to happen?
It's like that injury profile changes the trend, and the trend shifts. That changes again, and then it shifts back, and so on.
Remember we were teaching aerobic step classes, because the instructors get so creative, they turn and twist, and people fell on the stage because on the step because it gets too complicated. So you can't stop, and you got creative and you enjoy what you're doing. Then they have to have expert coming in like, look, you can't do this exercise. You have to like narrow it down. So that's what happened here.
Keep it simple but challenging. That's interesting. It's amazing how when you look at it, those cycles are recurring all the time. If you've got that sort of that experience like you have, you can see the patterns. And then
sometimes they say, oh, there's new things coming up. I say, what is that? Boxing. I said, I started about 30 years ago. I said, this is new for me. I said, come on, give me new things.
Yeah.
I go for a convention, not because I know everything, but because I've seen everything.
You've seen it.
So, yeah, I want to learn something new. It's just like with the new things. It's just like repeated. Yeah, for me.
There's only so many new things, right? It's just about reinventing it in a different way, isn't it? Because there's not a lot of originality left, really. It's just repackaging.
Yeah, repackaging.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. It's good to chew that one over. So any I like to sort of close with tips and tricks. So things that have worked for you over the years, mistakes you've made that you don't want other people to make, those sorts of things. What would be some of the key things that you sort of have found to be winners for you?
Okay. What hasn't and been good learning things for me? Well, if someone could have told me not to teach 30 classes per week after my body and not overused it, it will not, and I will not have to suffer now. I'm 60. And like aches and pain because worn and tear. So I would advise people, I know you love what you're doing. When you want to go for running, you want to run every day because you love it. So try to balance and cross-train yourself if you can. If not, you probably end up with lots of hip replacements and knee replacements, stuff like that. Especially when we work in the fitness industry, and then your body is your tools, and you your body. If you get injured, you're out of action for 1 year.
So looking after yourself, and I guess cross-train is probably the key point there, isn't it? Not doing too much of one thing that's going to break your body down.
And what works for me, I think when I chose to become a personal trainer and working in the fitness industry, I think I have a perfect character into this job. That's why it lasts me for so long. Right? So if anyone who want to become personal trainer, it doesn't mean that career is good. Personal training industry is not how good you look and how well you can train, or you can everything. It's all about people's skill, and if you can stay on that with the stamina and like people and really want to help people, there will be the job for you. So the characteristics, sorry about my English.
No, you're good.
Characteristic is if before you choose to become a personal trainer, you have to ask yourself a few questions. 1, are you a good listener? 2, are you patient? 3, are you passionate? 4, are you dedicated? 5, are you empathy? 6, are you a personal person and love people? And are you a good communicator? So all this is a quality of personal trainer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was scribbling those down as quickly as you were saying them, almost.
I did see some of my friends, they were so, wow, it's a glamorous job there as a personal trainer. You get to look good, you get to exercise yourself. And then they did it. And then after 3 or 4 years, they drop out because they're not people person. Get very stressed to deal with people, because when people come to you, you're like a counselor.
You wear lots of different hats.
And then they want your energy. If the energy is not there, you just won't be. And especially when you go into depression, if you go through a life crisis and you're a personal trainer, it was a nightmare to deal with people. You just want to stay away from everybody, So mental is very challenging. It have a lot of energy, positive energy. So it's a good job. I think it's great.
That's awesome. That's good. A really good list of things that people can, I guess, take on board. And I suspect some people will know some of that stuff, and other people not necessarily. Any business things, you've been in through, the one of the things that you said earlier about the franchise was that you were working on the business, not in the business. And I think a lot of people kind of get that the other way around for too long. They're working in the business so much that they don't take the time to work on the business, but you were already doing it the right way round with the franchise, because I guess you had so much responsibility looking after those franchisees. You had to be working on the business rather than in the business. Have you always been able to keep that balance, even now you're not doing the franchise thing, or is it something you've had to work at?
Balance. On that time when I was doing all this job, because it's so exciting and everything is new for me, so I just keep going.
Yeah.
But now, because I 60 at the moment, I just say to me, do I need that for my career path? I rather just want to have 1 or 2 outlets and just be able to managing.
Sure.
Because when you work with lots of people, there's a lots of problem. Just like your life, if you have people in your life, you got less problem. You got lots of people in your life, there's lots of problems. So you kind of like take your head off, like, do I need it? Do I want it? You know? And older, I said, what is life is all about?
You
want to find the balance, as I'm saying, it depends on your age and your time frame, your ambitions. When I was 30, 40, my career is my priority. You know, and plus because of that, I don't have kids because I got no time for kids. So I will become a business woman. That's what it is. So, but now I say it's nice to have few kids, you know. But you can't choose that path. But you choose where you want to be. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I guess taking stock of those things every so often is important.
It's important.
That's awesome. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground, and you've been extremely generous with your experience and your wisdom. So I'm really, really grateful for your time and all of those things today. So been great catching up, and maybe we can organise one in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you for sharing. I hope this will help everybody. You know, I tend to speak very fast when I get excited.
That's all good. I've made some notes. I'll be putting those in the show notes, and I'll also drop in your website and any social media you'd want putting in there. We can throw that in there too.
That'd be awesome, Richard.
Awesome.
Thank you for your. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great day.
See you then. Bye.
See ya.